guys, it is your boy Seso here, bringing you guys on a C4D / Photoshop tutorial. So what that means today, we're going to be doing 3D designing. So of course, I have like 3 real good series on my channel. The 3D designs, the simplistic videos, and like the logo tutorials. And every single last one of them get like above 300 likes. And I don't really, require like 200 for like the little secret download stuff. I really, truly appreciate it, guys. It's just very fun. My channel is at it's getting even, like, I don't know, we're like percentages up on like everything. I don't know, it's a really good feeling, almost at 51K already. Like, what the, it's crazy. Alright, so today we're gonna be doing something like this. By the way, guys, hope you guys enjoy your Friday, all that good stuff. I really enjoy just telling you guys that, because it's a lot of positivity. I think, people who just need positivity, I don't know, just need to hear it more often. So, anyway, just hope you guys have a good Friday, have a good weekend, all that cool stuff, and enjoy my video today. You can see the example I have here. Of course, it's 3D. By the way, these stocks that are located right here, like this cool little black stuff going on right here, like little, almost like sparkles, sparks, is what I kind of went for in that little stock. Those, all you can get those. You can get all those. My 50K bundle pack. These are actually the patterns used. So if you're looking for some really cool patterns and stuff, or hadn't got it yet because you didn't really know what was in it, stuff like this is gonna be in. So everything you see in this, you're gonna have, because like you can just download it for free. It's on my channel. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And then the 3D little render we have here says clean within the word clean. Cut out pretty cool. Little things, just little, I don't know. It's a really nice little material used. I'll show you guys all that cool stuff. I'll give you guys all the materials, the Lightroom, what I use, the render settings will all be fixed in the Lightroom. So you're gonna have everything basically. But you can see here's like an outline of like a silver within like a yellow here, and I have like, basically this would have been silver, but it's just like the lighting effect that I have on it. It just made it look more white than silver, and like more clear, but it didn't really matter. It looked good no matter what. And then within like the outside of the word clean and the inside is like yellow, so I got this vice versa little color scheme going on, and then the whole entire thing, of course, is yellow with really nice lighting effects. I want to show you guys all this today. Of course, starting off with the render, so we're going to be hopping into Cinema 4D. Alright, so I'm going to be using the word create this time, and not like what I have clean before. Yeah, I'm not going to be using clean. I'm going to be using create. So, of course, this is mode text. This is located under mode graph, mode text. And then basically what I'm going to do right now, right away, is I'm going to change my font to Kenyan Coffee. That is the one I used. And if you guys don't know which one it is this one right here. It's spelled Kenyan Coffee RG, which is regular. So we're going to click on that one. And I'm actually going to change the horizontal spacing. I'll make it very close. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I have actually the same exact thing happened here. I made it really close together. It just looked more compact. I don't know, it just looked better in my opinion, and not like so separated. It all depends on what you guys want to do. You guys can do whatever. So, create. I have the word create here. Mode text, and we're going to go to object, and we're actually going to change our depth to about 80%, or I say 80%. I'm usually used to Photoshop. So 80 centimeters. Here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and black light is on. Just gonna zoom in a little bit. You can see a nice little depth here. It's just basically, we're just trying to create the middle part, and then I'm gonna start going on the outside. The outside we're gonna be also using, the only thing we're gonna be using that's probably I don't know, different than usual is like wool. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's basically like to cut shapes out of other things. Pretty simple stuff. You're gonna learn it all, trust me. Alright, so on the mode text, we're gonna go to caps. We're gonna go to start and end. We're gonna put them both on a fillet cap here. So just like so. Take the steps, put them on the 1, and then for this is going to basically make our corners and edges really nice and smooth, not so sharp edged, and maybe not even bubbly really either, just like a really nice clean look to them. So after this, we can basically go, either we can start with the outline, or maybe we should start with doing little cutouts. So basically what I mean by the cutout is basically doing this little cutout of the big word of clean in the background. So very simple actually. So we're going to do, we're going to duplicate this mode text layer. So it's simple as Control-C, Control-V to duplicate the layer. So with this layer, we're actually going to go ahead and just make this bigger. So how much bigger? We'll say about that size. That's a pretty good size, right? We're going to put it behind the text for now. Basically, I just want to make it a little bit more bigger. I just use a scale tool, really nothing crazy. Just use a scale tool and put it close to what the middle I would think is, not really making it perfect, because I'm actually going to move the letters one by one and when I get to it or whatever, right? So we're going to take bool, which is located in the array tab. So we're going to go to bool, and we're going to take the mode text. We're going to put this inside bool, and then we're going to also go to the shapes tab here now. And this, like I said, we're going to be cutting out a shape out of another shape. So we're going to be actually cutting out this we're going to be using the cube out of the little text here. So with this cube, I'm just going to make it, just going to move this right here. Oops, come on, move with me. green arrow. There we go. Red arrow. I'm going to actually make this a little bit bigger. So you can see next to the red arrow right here is like this little thing right here. There's like this little square. This is how you like scale it without having actually going over here. So I'm going to be using that. And then pretty much, we don't need to make it, of course, that big. We want it to like something like that. Or a little bit more. There we go. I'm basically trying to get like the entire letters inside this little rectangle, but not all of it inside. I don't know. You guys trying to like see what I'm trying to go for? All right, there we go. Basically, I'm trying to cover all the letters and not go all the way on the outside of here, so you can actually see the word create on the background as well. So with this, I believe all you got to do is place this below, or let me see. Let's turn this off really quickly. Yeah, place this below the text. Basically, that's going to cut out the cube out of the text. So make whatever's on the bottom is what's going to be cut out on the top. So you can see that it's cut out right there. Looks really, really nice. That's kind of what I want. Perfect. That's just perfect. That's good. So right now, I can go ahead and turn on my mode text again. And we're actually going to scale my mode text down just enough to actually fit inside of this little cutout. It'd probably be easier for you guys to see if I put this on, which is actually the materials I'm going to use. I'll show you guys what they look like, but they're actually in the description down below right now if you guys want to use them. So I'm not really going to show it too much, but basically I'm going to put this in the middle. So we're going to go ahead and just dip this in there. Make it a little more smaller. And a little bit more actually. And then let's see if this looks okay. Maybe a little more farther up. Basically just kind of fit this into that little rectangle we just made. Now if I really want to, I can go back to the cube and shrink it just a little bit, because I don't want it to cover like or cut through like everything, and I don't really need it to cut through everything. Let's see, is that good enough? I think that's pretty good. That's good enough for now. We can just keep it like that. That looks perfect. Sweet, whatever. We'll keep it like that. Alright, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to make the outlines, or basically like a cool little... Oh, we can do that afterwards, because we can also cut out or make these little letters. Alright, so to have more fun with this, we can have more fun with this. I'll make it look exactly the same as the other one. I don't want to skip anything. I was thinking if I should skip things. Nah, let's just do it. So, if you want, this is of course like optional, whatever, right? On the background here, you can make the background look pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press C on my keyboard on the mode text. It's actually going to make the text editable, and what that is actually doing, if it's not a shape, usually when you make things editable, you go ahead and go to the little model tool, and you can model things out, whatever, change the polys, all that cool stuff. But when you do it on mode text, it basically takes every single letter and creates it its own little shape now. So what I can do is I can just rotate things a little bit, just a tiny bit, nothing crazy. Move it a little bit more up. I'll take the R, which is located right here. Move this like, I don't know, a little bit more down and like curve it just a little bit. Nothing crazy. We'll take the E, turn it a little bit. We don't have to really move it. We'll take the A. Turn it like that way. I don't really know. Move it up, and then basically it's not gonna actually change anything, because it's not gonna change like the little rectangle in the middle, because you're only changing the letters, and no matter what, that rectangle is gonna be stationary. It's not gonna move. Just because you're rotating the letters will not mean you're rotating the box, so you don't have to worry about that. And what I mean by the box is that like that cutout we just made. We'll put this like farther up, and then we'll put like the E down. So we'll click on this one. We'll rotate the E. And then like that's not terrible. What can happen here, I feel like this E over here can go up. This A can go a little farther down. And basically just trying to have fun with this. See, it looks pretty good. It looks good like that. I don't know. You can figure it out yourself. I'm just going to go with that for right now. I do like how that looks. So basically now, I'm going to go ahead and take this little boil right here, this entire group. I'm going to Control-C, Control-V. And then basically I'm going to take this material, which is my silver one. Right now I can just take the time to like show you guys what it's on. Like nothing's really crazy on this. Diffusion is located on the noise, is with the displaced turbulence mapping of the noise, and I basically changed the global scale to 500. All this stuff I believe is default 100, but the global scale is 500, basically zooming it in a lot just to give it like a little cloudy look to it, and it looks really good. The color itself of course is like a gray mid-tone color, so 175 for each RGB. The reflection is on, it's on Fresnel, mixed strength, and I do have a cloud HDRI on the sky here, so it makes it look really, really nice when you have a reflection on it. And of course, this is a default little thing here, you don't have to change that. So that's all that's on there. No, I didn't change this to Object Soft Shadow. It's the default material, looks good. So that's just what's on there. Right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna click on this secondary. This is the Booley, whatever. Yeah, sure. Do Booley, alright? We're going to go ahead and shift click on all these letters right here. So basically it's going to shift clicking is allowing us to click on all of them at the same time. And we're going to go two caps here. We're going to change this radius to 1.5 for each one. That's the radius, right? 1.5, 1.5, enter. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just throw this backwards just a little bit. We might have to do it with each letter. If you do it on the group, it's going to look very odd. So just take each letter, click on each letter, and just put it a little bit farther back. So the E, now the T, and the A. You can mess around with this if you want to put others farther back than another one just to make it look, I don't know, aesthetically good to your eyes. You can do whatever the heck you guys want. Just like trying to give this like a gold capping with the outside being a nice little silver. So there we go. Do the same thing for that. And now we basically, if we render it really, really quickly, if I can just like give it a nice little render here, you can see that it's gold capped with like a silver on the outside. It looks really freaking good. Alright, sweet. So basically I'm gonna do the same exact thing for the inner word create, and the way we're gonna do that, of course, is we can leave it, we'll leave it for now with like, we don't have to actually press C on this one. We're gonna just duplicate it really quickly, and the same thing applies. So just go to the fill a cap. Since the radius is not at like it's not at a solid number right now, we did change to a solid number, but I did have to shrink things down so it's not a solid number anymore. So basically just give it a little bit, just a little bit above. So mine is at 0.8, I'm just put the radius back to 1 for this duplicated one, right? And now with this duplicated one, I'm gonna take this gold material, put this on there, and then make sure your projection, I didn't really say this, pretty sure projection is on cubic, and seamless is checked. And this way, if I just go back here, rotate it, get this blue arrow, pull it back a little bit, you get this, and this is what I want. It looks perfect, looks really, really good. I love the way it's coming out. What I did actually on this little example here, if you guys can see, like the C looks a little more, it's actually more forward than the L, that's why it's like in the background, you see the shadow. And like you can do this on purpose. I didn't like do this to actually make C, E, and N look it's like it's coming out more. But let's say if you have a cool little nickname, or your nickname is like, or your YouTube name is in like your nickname. Let's say if my name was like freaking, let's just think like it was an S in front of the C and then like another A at the end. I don't know, whatever. But you can make letters pop out by doing that. But if you don't even want to care about doing that, you just want to make it look cool, this is what I did to do this little thing here. I went ahead and I pressed C on the regular. This is our regular, the inner part, not the, this is actually the inner side of the little create, right? So we're going to go press C on this one, take each letter. We're going to drop down all this stuff. We're going to take each letter, and we're going to go ahead and just pull one out more than another one. So basically, I'm going to just put this on a nice little angle so I can see. The R can just be pulled out just a little bit. The E can be pulled out like a lot. Why not? Not too much, but like A, pulled out pretty high, and then like the T, and then E can just be like there. E can be that one right there. Alright, cool, sweet. Put this back on here really quickly. You can see we got something freaking nice going on, and it looks pretty baller. So pretty much this is all I have, really. I don't think there's anything else I really did to make anything look really cool or whatever. This is pretty much what I have going on in the render for the example. So I think we're pretty much done the Cinema 4D part. You can do whatever the heck you guys want after this. Like you can do like literally whatever. Like you can put some cool little strings or something in it, like using helixes. You can use my other 3D tutorials that I have in like the past to even like find some cool little add-ons. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep it clean, keep it fresh, and I'm just gonna do this to it. It looks good. I love the way it looks. I'll render it out for you guys. The render settings for this, I'm just gonna change this to create. Right, that's what we have. Create. And then all I have is on save. Make sure alpha channel is selected. If you guys are not new to Cinema 4D, then you already know that if you do not have alpha channel selected, it will not render the background transparent. So make sure this is selected. Ambient occlusion is on. You can copy the settings here. It's 100, 0, 150, 100, 100, 10, 128, and then 5%. If you do download the Lightroom for this, if you want to use your own, you can use your own. But if you want to change you want to copy your settings of my settings, you could. But you know, if you have my Lightroom, it's going to have all this already fixed for you. But global illumination is 101, and then sharpen filter just a little bit on 5%. Looks pretty good. So that is the render settings for this. And then when I render it out, it looks the same exact. Of course, my angle is like a pretty frontal angle. Not really like, you can do like a cool side angle if you want to, really. I don't really know, but I just kind of want to use like a frontal angle. I'm good with this right here, right? So like I said, you do whatever you guys want to do. Just make sure you get this cool like alternate color scheme going on. So I have like a cool yellow or a gold, you want to call it. on white, with like white being on the outside of the gold on the middle. So I don't know, it's a really cool little trick to do, just like not have a boring, like, you know, like frontal render with like nothing going on. It's a little fun little thing to do, and just like also you can learn Bool if you hadn't used it. So we're gonna jump this into Photoshop, and I'll see you guys there. Hey, alright guys, so the render is done. Only change that I actually did was I placed the light at a pretty high, I think almost like 100% what is it called, intensity. So to make actually my yellow pop out just a little bit more, the one I had here was like more of a goldish color, but I kind of wanted more of a yellow, so all I did was actually take a light, you can see it there, and I put it in front, and I'll just show you guys right here as well. I took the light, I put it in front of everything, which is this light right here, just like so, put on a high intensity, just because I wanted that gold to get more of a yellow, so that's what happens here. Of course, this is what it looked like prior, and I was like, it just looks too dull for me, so all I did was took a light, put the intensity up to get that yellow, and that's what I got for the render here. So that's pretty much what I did, and all the settings still change the same, and so pretty much we have this now into Photoshop, and we're ready to get into Photoshop. This part is pretty simple, pretty easy. So what I'm going to do, of course, get a nice little yellow going up for us. Whatever color you actually use is what you probably want to make your color background, just because it looks the best. I don't really know. I'm going to go with the yellow, of course. Actually, yellow I'm using, just in case you are using the same exact material, same exact color. The yellow that I'm using on the background is actually 4FBF16 for the hex code. Press OK. And then I believe the control backspace is the quick fill for the background color here. The white one is the foreground color, which is actually alt backspace. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, what I'm going to do right away to get this thing going, making this background look as best as possible, I'm going to shrink this just a little bit, this creative thing. I'm going to shrink it just a little bit. I don't want it to fill too much space. That's pretty good right there. Alright, sweet. So we're going to make a new layer above our yellow background here. And we're going to use a simple soft brush right here, right? If you guys are using my brush pack, it's this first one right there. Basically zero hardness, of course, that's what that means as well. And a pretty good size. I'm using Control-Alt and right-click and moving left and right to actually change my diameter. We're going to be using white, and then pretty much with this little white here, we're just going to take a couple corners, pick out some corners like somewhere right here and over here. So basically I did top left-ish, you know, middle-ish, and then top right. We're going to throw these on overlay, and we got this really nice yellow looking right now. This looks freaking beautiful. And pretty much this is what I want. I kind of want this really nice little wavy tone of yellow, which looks really, really good. So I'm actually going to make a duplicate of this this little render we have here, right? I'm going to press Control-T. I'm going to hold Alt and Shift and make this a bigger, just like so, holding the corner with Alt and Shift. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a nice little simple, just like a little simple, little more lighting effects with just the render itself, just by doing something really quickly. So I'm going to take Filter, and I'm going to go to, we're going to go to Blur, Motion Blur, and we're going to Motion Blur just by 95 pixels or so. Perfect. Preview is on, as you can see what it does here. And I'm actually going to change this. I believe, let's just flip through really quick. I believe Overlay is going to work best for us. Yeah, Overlay works best for us. So I'm just going to lower the opacity down with this little simple thing, and then you can get this really, really simple, clean looking like lighting effect going on in the background just with your render. So that's perfect. It looks good. And for just another thing I want to do, I'm going to make another new layer. Just some more lighting stuff, just setting things up. I'm actually going to use the rectangle marquee tool, which is M on your keyboard for the shortcut. And I'm just going to go ahead and just go something like that, right? And I'm going to go ahead and fill this in with white. So Alt backspace, like I said, is for the foreground color quick fill. So pretty much I'm going to press Control-T. And what I'm doing now is like a little bit quick, but I'm just really not doing much actually. I'm just like making a shape using perspective really quickly just to give myself like a cool little, I guess you would call it a cool little perspective fix. We're going to go with that. And we're going to go ahead and press Control-T again. And we're just going to rotate it down. And we're just going to bring it like right here or so, right? And what this is just going to do is just a little more added stuff for the background. So I'm going to put this on overlay, lower the opacity down a bit. And that looks really good like that. I'm going to hold Alt, which is actually going to make a duplicate of this. So we can see this little arrow right now. It's turning to a black arrow to a white arrow with a black arrow, which means it's going to duplicate it. So it's going to duplicate whatever it moves. So with the movement tool right here, I held Alt and I duplicated it. And we're just going to move that like right about there. We got some nice lighting effect going on now. So pretty much, or more like I would just say some background work going on now. So really quickly as well, I'm actually going to make a light above this right here. So with a nice little white brush, I'm going to make a nice little focus light right on the top in the middle. This is looking really good so far. You can see how it's coming out. It looks very, very nice. I'm very happy about this. 75 looks pretty good. So for some more lighting effects, pretty easy to do. We're going to use a yellow, same yellow as used in your background, or same color as you used in the background, whichever color you use. Like I said, not everyone used yellow, but I'm going to take this yellow, And I'm just going to go around just like so. I'm going around the bottom just like that. I'm going to go ahead and put this on. Let's see. I believe is it linear dodge add? No. Is it light in color? I believe it's light in color. Let's see what other ones look like really quick. Hard light doesn't look terrible. Pin light doesn't look bad at all either, actually. I kind of, with pin light or linear dodge add? Which one? No. Linear dodge, linear color, or pin light? This is a difficult one for me. I don't really know. I think I'm gonna go linear light though, or lighter color. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Sure. It looks, I don't know, whatever personal preference, of course, right, guys? But you know, it's gonna erase just a little bit in the middle, and basically this gives a nice little yellow tone going on the bottom right here. If you want, you can make another new layer. And actually, I'm gonna use both of them. Actually, watch this. I'm gonna change the hue here. I'm not gonna change my color here. I'm just gonna change the little hue here. Just drag it down just just a little bit more actually. Just a little bit to a nice little orange here. And basically, with a brush, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna click like over here and like maybe like up here a little bit. And I'm gonna put this on pin light. Right? That's what we wanted. Yeah, there we go. It looks cool. So just more lighting effects going on around. Looks pretty good actually. We'll keep it. All right, sweet. So what else can we do actually? What do we have in our example really quick? Let's look at our example. We have, okay, all that cool stuff. All right, sweet. So for this stuff that's going on in the background, it's actually really easy to do. What I did was, if you guys already got my like 50K brush, not my brush pack, my 50K bundle pack, and you don't know how to use my patterns, but you have them, really quickly, if you don't know how to use them, I didn't really say it in the video, but basically how to get your patterns inside Photoshop. Right, you want to double click on a layer, really doesn't matter, just so you can get the patterns, right? Go to pattern overlay, want to go to patterns here, want to go to the cogwheel, go to replace patterns, find out where I actually have this up already, but if it was in here, basically you just click on it, you load it, and then these come in right here, and basically to use them, you make a new layer like I already have here. You can fill it in with any color, so just press Alt Backspace, just quick fill any color, doesn't really matter, and what we're going to do is we'll lower our fill all the way down to 0. And then with this, we can double click on the layer now, go to pattern overlay, and then basically what lowering our fill to 0 does is actually only allows whatever the layer style is on that layer to show. Nothing else is going to show because your opacity is still at a 100%, which is also like another little opacity. Fill is just another opacity thing that's not going to mess with the, like, it's only going to mess with the layer itself, but not the layer styles you put on, right? You get it? All right, sweet. So basically, you can only see the layer styles on this. So you can just mess around with these. Looks pretty cool. That looks really freaking sick as well, actually. But basically what I had before, I believe it had like something cool like this. Look at what the heck. That looks sick as hell, dude. We're gonna use that just for the example. I'm using something different. All right. You can see these patterns are pretty freaking sexy. So if you don't have them already, please go get them. Anyways, once you get your pattern right, you want to put it on like other blend modes and stuff. Or if you want to change the color of it, actually, you can rasterize a layer. Of course, change your color with a regular old color overlay, and you can change it to white if you want to. I don't know if I want to use black or white. Which one do I want to use? We'll see. We're going to put this on rasterize, overlay. I like that. I do like that. Sweet. So I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to go ahead and lower the fill, and we're going to use those little black dots, I believe. Or something else. Who knows? I think I use these. That's pretty sexy looking. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, right there. Sweet. Alright, so just another little overlay thing, or little pattern stuff. It's really fun. You can add as many as you really want to. I'm just going to add those two. I think that looks pretty good. I want to overkill it. But little circle thing I had over here, right? I had these little cool little circle stuff here. It's just really easy to do, really simple. I actually like the one I'm doing right now better than this one, and that's a good thing. So basically what I'm going to do, make a new layer. I'm going to go ahead and go to the rectangle marquee tool. I'm actually going to change it to the circle, which is the elliptical marquee tool, just like so. Hold shift, make a nice little circle. I say little, but I'm making it pretty big. I'm pretty much making it like the size around create, right? Just like so. And then fill this in with any color, really doesn't matter. Actually, kind of does matter. We're going to actually use the same exact yellow or same exact color as the background for this. Having on look, oh my gosh, that looks so freaking nice. I'm actually going to keep it just like that. I'm going to double click on this. Going to go to inner shadow, take off global light, put it on 90 on the angle, and we're just going to change our distance. We can just leave our distance to 5 for now. Put our size up just a bit, not too much. Actually, no distance at all. And we're going to put this opacity up just a little bit as well. All right, it looks pretty good. We're going to take the stroke, put it on white, And we're going to put this up to a good percentage. I'll say like 30 points or so. All right, blend mode, we're going to put this on overlay. And we're just going to lower the opacity down just like so. Look at that. Oh my god, it's looking so good. All right, sweet. It's looking really nice. All right. If you guys want to lower it's like this is a really different orange than this right here. If you want to lower that down, you can use the fill like I said before. You can lower the what's on the layer itself, not the layer style. It's not going to affect anything else. If I lower this down to 0, it won't affect the layer style. It's just what's on the layer. So I'm going to lower this just a little bit, just so you can see what's going on in the background a bit more, right? It looks pretty good. So if you want to do more circles, you can. If you want to as well, I actually did this on the example. I didn't actually keep it. If you want to use like these shapes here, right? The elliptical tool shape. You can do this. That way you can lower it. You can just take off your fill and put your stroke on. This is basically the Illustrator. Your fill is what's going to be inside the shape, but your stroke is going to be the stroke, of course. So you can turn one off and keep the other one on. So I'm going to take the stroke one, though. I'm going to keep that on. We're going to make, that's a pretty good size, actually. We'll put it like right there. Actually, we'll make it a little more bigger. So just a little bit more bigger. And I can change this just like so. Click on this. We're going to go to shape really quickly. Put the points up to like, I don't know, like 10 or so. No. Yeah, 10 looks pretty good. And we're going to just change this to white. I had this in the other example. I don't know. What you guys think looks better? Like without or with? Like if you're at the end of this video, this is basically the end of the video. Let me know if you guys like this with this little stroke stuff or without it, right? You tell me. I kind of like it more without it, but like a little bit of part of me says like if I lower this just a little bit more actually, the points of this like to 6 or so, a little part of me likes this a lot more as well. I don't really know. You guys can be the judge. I really freaking hope you guys like this video here today. It's a really nice clean concept for like a 3D going on like with like really simple but awesome background, just awesome lighting, and it's just a very playful, fun like vibe kind of like header design. So I hope you guys enjoyed. The header dimensions for this header dimension, this Twitter dimension is actually 1500 by 500. Although I do think Twitter is going to get an update soon where Twitter's going to have a different header dimension. I don't know if it's like a fake or true, but the dimensions for that are actually coming out. It's at 3K and the height is at 842. So if you guys want to like put money on whatever, you can do it on that header dimension. Either way, nothing changes if you want to use it on a Twitter dimension or a YouTube dimension for banner design. That is 2120 by 350. Alright, there we go. We got all those dimensions out the way because I know people are like, yo, you never said the dimensions. There you go, okay? So, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget, guys, 200 likes on the video equals a secret down below. It's going to be the PSD of this file, basically. And don't forget, guys, if you're going to check out my Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter, @SesoHQ. Check out my Selfie, selfie.com/SesoHQ for all the pre-mades and packs, those $5. Things like this. See these patterns that I did for the 50K pack? Basically you get cool things like that with like, you know, the other brush pack, the pattern pack, and like even the everything pack. Get everything in my store for $30, one flat purchase. It's like a $200 value, and basically get everything after like release for free. So if I make another product and you don't have to actually pay for it, it's get emailed to you for just one. That's all you gotta do. Pay one $30 fee and you're good to go. So of course, if you want to go with that, you could. Please be sure to subscribe. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but just make sure you guys subscribe. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, awesome Friday, and let me guys, I'm actually getting on spring break next week. I believe my spring break starts like Friday next week, basically. So let me guys know when you guys go on yours. I want to kind of know. All right, so I'm done talking. Talk to you guys later. Screw out. Peace. What? I didn't even say my name. I was like, screw out. Peace. Seso HQ out. Peace.